My name is Christopher McCarroll. I'm an assistant professor at the Institute of Philosophy of Mind and Cognition at National Yangming Jiao Tong University. So at a general level, my research focuses on philosophy of mind and cognition. So I try to understand various aspects of human cognition better. I have a particular focus on episodic memory, which is memory for events in one's personal past. So I try to understand episodic memory better and how it relates to other cognitive states and processes. Why did I get interested in memory? Well, this actually reaches back to when I was doing my undergraduate thesis. So as I was looking for a topic to do my honours thesis on, the film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind came out, and I really loved that film. It explores many aspects of memory, and I thought it was fascinating. So from that moment, I knew I was really interested in memory, and I really wanted to spend the rest of my career researching and thinking about it better. So why do I think memory is a fascinating topic? So I think it's fascinating in its own right. Trying to understand memory better is intrinsically interesting. Questions about, what memory is, what is the nature of memory, how do we construct or generate memories in the present, and how are they about some past event. Also the nature of memory itself in terms of accuracy or success. What makes a memory accurate? What makes a memory successful? And the opposite of that, what makes a memory go wrong? Sometimes we have certain memory errors. What happens in those cases? For me, memory is itself intrinsically interesting. But I also think memory touches on so many other aspects of human cognition and human experience more generally. For example, if we think of perception, memory is of course really related to perception. But I think understanding memory better can also help us understand perception better. And this is true for other cognitive states and processes. So things like imagining, dreaming, even decision-making are all related to memory in important ways. Memory is also important for many aspects of our moral lives. If we think about the case of forgiveness, what does it mean to forgive someone? Do I need to remember the past harm that somebody did to me? Or do I need to forget it? Or do I need to remember it differently? So all these questions about moral issues such as forgiveness also, I think, relate to memory. And if we understand how memory functions in that better, we might understand an important concept like forgiveness. Discussions of memory also play key roles in art and literature and film. So we saw earlier that there's an important connection with memory in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I've also written about memory in the film Blade Runner 2049. So I explored in written work what the nature of memory is as depicted in that film. So memory connects up with all important aspects of human experience, connected to the arts, I think, as well. Some of my research also explores how our memories interact with objects and the environment, how these objects and the physical environment external to ourselves scaffold or support memories. In fact, I have an ongoing collaboration with an artist, and together we explore certain issues, philosophical issues related to memory, such as how objects scaffold or support our memories. And the artist actually uses these philosophical insights that we've gathered to explore issues related to memory in visual representations. So he explores them in his artwork. So I find this fascinating in the way that memory can reach out to so many different aspects of our lives. The Spanish filmmaker Luis Buñuel once said that without memory, we are nothing. So I think that might be a bit of an exaggeration. But nonetheless, I still think that it speaks to the important ways that memory connects to many aspects of our minds and many aspects of human experience more generally. And so that's why I think memory is a really fascinating topic. So I try to use this passion that I have for research to inform my teaching. So I'll often try and design courses for students that are at the cutting edge of research in philosophy of mind and cognition, or I'll design courses that link to what current students' interests are. I'm going to teach a course on metacognition. So metacognition can be roughly understood as thinking about thinking. The way that we monitor and control our own processes of thought, of remembering, of perceiving, of thinking more generally. Metacognition has been implicated in many aspects of our cognitive lives. It's been implicated in generating a sense of self. It's also important for generating certain so-called epistemic feelings. So feelings of knowing or feelings of being confident about something. And this is particularly important for students actually in the education sector. So if you're learning about a particular subject, you need to judge whether you fully know it or not. And so metacognition is important in these contexts. Interestingly, there's recent work has been done suggesting that metacognition is importantly related to curiosity. So curiosity itself might be a metacognitive feeling. And this course, I hope, will connect with our current students' research interests. So for example, we have students working on consciousness, which importantly connects to metacognition, and creativity, which also relates to curiosity and metacognition, for example. Another course that I have designed is on plant cognition. I recently went to Taipei's Museum of Contemporary Art, where I saw a really interesting exhibition looking at various forms of conscious experience and how we might extend or think about consciousness in different forms. One of the exhibits there was by an artist who explored the role of plant cognition and plant intelligent behavior in relation to AI. When I saw this exhibition, it really inspired me to think more about plant cognition. And so I designed a course on that. When we think about creatures who are cognitive or intelligent or who have minds, we normally think of ourselves, Homo sapiens. We might also think about other non-human animals. So for example, primates or dogs or cats, we also think as having minds perhaps or being intelligent. Certainly the dogs of the IPMC, Daisy and Ashing, are very intelligent creatures. But what about plants? Do we think that plants can have minds or plants are intelligent? So this question may sound kind of impossible or implausible, the idea that plants have minds, but actually many contemporary scientists and philosophers think that they might have minds. They think that plants might be intelligent creatures. Things like trees, vegetables, and plants more generally might be planta sapiens. In this course, we're going to explore questions related to plant cognition. Even if we disagree that plants have minds or that plants are intelligent, thinking about these issues will help us get clearer about what a mind is, what it means to be intelligent or have cognitive states or processes. So even if we disagree, studying plant cognition is a key to understanding what the mind is.